Hello and welcome. Now in this video we are going to walk through the process of getting your Zoom webinar embedded into your WordPress website. Now this is a multi-step process that we're going to work through. Now we won't be able to start this process with the client. We'll need to go to our online account in order to set up our webinar or our meeting. Now in order to press forward, you are going to need to have the webinar plan. So we're actually going to go to the webinar section to start a webinar. And what we're going to do is we're going to click schedule a webinar. And we're going to give our webinar a title and we're going to select all the details of that webinar. And what we're going to do is we're going to leave this as it is and then we're going to click schedule. Now that we have created our webinar, what we're going to do is come all the way to the bottom and we're going to look for this section that says live streaming. And what we're going to do is click this link. We're then going to click configure live stream settings. Now you'll notice then that what you're going to need is a stream URL, a stream key, and a live streaming page URL. And we're going to use restream.io in order to be our delivery system for the live stream. So what we're going to do is we're going to click to the dashboard and then we're going to click on add a channel. What we're going to do is we're going to add either a YouTube event or a YouTube Stream Now link. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to choose to use YouTube events. Now what we're going to do is we're going to click this button that says connect YouTube events to our Restream account. Now you'll want to be logged into your YouTube channel, the one that you use for live streaming. And to do that, we're going to click connect YouTube events. We're going to select the account. We're then going to allow Restream to access our Google account. We're now going to give our stream a title. We're going to select the category and we're then going to click save. Now what's going to happen is that when we connect our live stream to Restream, Restream is going to connect that stream to our YouTube account in a live stream. So what we're going to need now is we're going to need to get the live stream URL. And so we're going to copy this live stream URL and we're now going to head back to Zoom. And what we're going to do is place the stream URL here in this area. We now need to head back to Restream so that we can get our stream key. So we're going to grab our stream key in this area. We're now going to head back to Zoom. And we're going to place our stream key in this area. What we're now going to do is we're going to place our streaming page URL. Now if you're using YouTube and you're using YouTube events, this is going to be difficult because there's not going to be a particular live streaming page URL that you can direct yourself to in order to determine if your live stream is working. And it's important to demonstrate this because there are two channels inside of restream.io for YouTube. So what we're going to do is we're going to head back to Restream. And what we're going to do is we're going to delete this channel. And we're going to go back and we're going to add a channel. And instead of using YouTube events, we are going to use YouTube Stream Now. And we're then going to connect YouTube Stream Now. We're going to allow YouTube to manage our account. And so now what we're doing is we're using Restream to connect to YouTube Stream Now. Now that's going to be important because what we need to do now is we need to go back to our YouTube channel so that we can get our live streaming URL. And to find that URL, we're going to come into our YouTube channel and we're now going to go into this section that says Go Live. And we're going to go into our Stream Now Classic section. If you scroll down here to the bottom, you're going to see that there is a URL for your live stream when it goes live. We're going to copy that URL and we're going to head back then to Zoom. And this is the page that we want to be directed to make sure that we know that our live stream is going to be working. So we're going to place that URL here in the custom live stream, and we're going to click Save. So what we're going to do now is we're going to start the webinar. We're going to open up our Zoom meetings. And we're going to join the webinar. So now what we're going to do is we're now going to go to this area. And we're going to go to the bottom 3 dots here. And what we're going to do is we're going to go live on a custom live streaming service. And we're going to see Zoom connecting to our Restream account. And you'll notice then that we are directed to the page where we see our live stream happening on YouTube with our Zoom account. Now the reason why this is important to come to this page is because it's going to be this embed URL that we're going to use. We're going to click the share link. And what we're going to do is we're going to click the embed code. We're then going to grab this embed code. We're going to copy this embed code. And we're then going to head to our WordPress website. And so what you're going to do is you're going to find the appropriate page or post. You're going to add here a new page. Now it's possible you could be using some kind of custom plugin or theme. In any case, you're basically going to be looking at a way to post HTML code to your page. In this case, what we're going to do is we're going to click this plus button. We're then going to look for the custom HTML. We're then going to place this code inside of this area. And once we have the code in there, what we're going to do is we're going to preview the code. And when they push the Zoom play button, they'll then be watching our Zoom webinar on our website. What we're going to do here is we're going to stop the stream. And we're going to stop the recording. And we're just going to look at very briefly the 2 other ways that you can connect. Now, just as Facebook has its own native connection, you can also connect to YouTube by clicking this link that says Live on YouTube. Google is going to ask if you're giving permission. You'll say Allow. You'll need to grant Zoom permission to manage your account. You'll then need to allow Zoom to make changes. You'll then set your Zoom webinar. Now, one of the things you'll notice is that you will have the opportunity to dictate how your stream is going to be seen. Now, in this case, we're going to dictate it to be seen unlisted. We're now going to pick Go Live. Zoom will connect the live stream then to your webinar. And you will then be live. What we're going to do here is we're going to stop the stream. And we're going to now take a look at one more thing inside of Restream. Now, if you choose to use Restream, one of the things you're going to note is that you're going to have to edit your video once the session is over. You don't have the opportunity to make any changes to the title. You do have those changes with the other channel of YouTube inside of Restream. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I'll see you in the next process.